Hi friends, today I want to talk a little bit about what slower living means. For those of you that don't know me, I'm striving for that now in my next chapter. If you haven't seen any of my videos, go watch the first one called Hey, I Bought a Barn, and it'll catch you up. But I've always had an adrenaline life as a single mom. I've most of the time been working multiple jobs to keep life flowing and growing. And for my next chapter here, I'm trying to really live a slow life. But I don't really have that well defined. I have ideas on what a slower life is, but I've never really done it. So I'm exploring that concept. So come along for the ride. But of course, I have a quote. I've been big on quotes lately to inspire me to grow into my new life, I suppose. And this one was written by Nathan Williams. And he writes, "Slow living isn't about determining how little we can live with. It's about working out what we simply can't live without." And I think when we talk about simplifying and decluttering our lives, whether it's physical things we're decluttering or mental things we're decluttering our minds, I think we always think of the things that we give up. And naturally, I think you can't fit in a life the way I had before with that kind of crazy schedule. It was just a big whoosh of life. You can't fit that and then say that you have a slower life, because it's like an oxymoron. You can't run around in chaos and call it a slower life, right? So, but it's not about giving up things. It's about, I guess, expanding the important things so that proportionally your life has more of the important things than it does the minutia and the less important things that we tend to get buried under as our life gets going really fast. So I've been living in a van for several months now. Obviously, I'm not in the van now. I'm a few weeks in a hotel as my kids came home from college, and it's a hard life in the winter in the van, so they didn't ask for that. So we're in a hotel for a couple of weeks. Naturally, in van life, I think it brings you more in touch with the things that you need as far as stuff goes, because you don't have a lot of space for that. And in some ways, it's just easier because everything has a place. It's pretty well organized. Well, that might not be for everybody, but for me, I'm pretty well organized. I know where things are in the van. I know what I need. And over the first couple of months, I've kind of weeded out things I didn't really need and brought back in things I really wanted or I needed frequently. Van life helps simplify. What do I do to make a slower life? Simplifying your stuff is certainly one of those things. Another thing I've noticed, because my schedule is less chaotic, is I'm walking slower. And I started doing that deliberately to be more where I am and be more conscious of where I am, what the weather is, to literally stop and smell the flowers along the way. And it's changing me. It's changing me slowly. But I walk slower now. I kind of tune in to what's around me now. And I think it's only the beginning. But I'm very curious what other people think of as slower living. Is it mindfulness? Obviously, there's less of a crazy schedule is important for slowing down. But what other things do people do to help themselves live a slower, more intentional life? Things kind of get away from you sometimes when life gets so fast. So leave me some comments. I'm interested to help develop this concept for myself, and certainly I'm going to keep passing along ideas along my journey, and hopefully inspire some of you to take a deep breath and slow it down a little bit. Bye.